What if a prince spent $1 billion on silence, symbolism, and power? From gold-plated palaces to a $450 million painting hidden on a yacht, Mohammed bin Salman isn't just leading Saudi Arabia. He's redefining what royal power looks like. This isn't just luxury. It's strategy in stone. Welcome to the empire you weren't supposed to see. Chapter 1. The billion-dollar royal footprint. He's not just a prince, he's the most powerful man in Saudi Arabia. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, known globally as MBS, is hailed as a modern reformer, championing economic diversification, pushing for cultural shifts, and positioning Saudi Arabia as a future-forward nation. But behind the speeches and diplomacy lies something far less public. A global real estate empire valued at over $1 billion. Lavish, sprawling, and sealed off from the public eye. His collection includes royal palaces across Riyadh, like Al Yamama, Urga, and Al Aljia, each a fortress of marble floors, Italian chandeliers, and halls wide enough to host entire summits. Then, there's the $300 million French chateau and $450 million art pieces most billionaires could only dream of acquiring. The message? While the world sees a reformer, he still lives like a monarch from a different century. This contradiction between public vision and private opulence is what defines MBS today. He speaks of anti-corruption yet lives in castles. He promotes austerity while purchasing architectural icons across Europe. Is this strategy or symbolism? A prince preparing to rule a modern kingdom, or preserving the grandeur of an old world dynasty? Whatever it is, it's working, because while most leaders talk about the future, MBS is building his in stone, gold, and global real estate. Chapter 2. The $300 Men. French fantasy. Château Louis XIV. What does $300 million get you in France? If you're Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, it gets you the most expensive private home on earth, Château Louis XIV. Nestled just outside Paris, this isn't just a mansion. It's a masterpiece built from scratch to resemble the Palace of Versailles. But beneath its 17th century elegance lies cutting-edge luxury, a gold-plated ballroom, a private cinema, 2 helipads, and even an underwater meditation room. When Membes purchased it for $300 million in 2015, quickly through shell companies, the deal shocked the world. At the time, it was the highest-priced real estate transaction in history. And it wasn't just a home, it was a message. While he preached fiscal decision and called for anti-corruption crackdowns, back home, the principle was buying French royalty in brick and mortar. Every gold statue, every crystal chandelier, every inch of manicured garden whispered one truth. Power speaks softly through luxury. Hidden within its walls are state-of-the-art technology, remote lighting, automated security, and a wine cell worth millions. This isn't just a residence, it's a strategic asset. In a world watching his every move, MBS chose $300 million worth of silence and symbolism. He didn't just buy a home, he bought history, status, and a global headline. And he paid cash. Chapter 3. The $450 Mem da Vinci. DOR as power. What if you could own a piece of history for $450 million. In 2017, the world watched as a single painting shattered records. Salvator Mundi, attributed to Leonardo da Vinci, sold for a staggering $450 million at auction. The buyer, officially undisclosed. But multiple intelligence reports, luxury brokers, and insiders pointed to one man, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. He didn't just buy art, he bought power on canvas. This wasn't a wall decoration, it was a move on the global chessboard. The painting depicts Jesus Christ, one hand raised in blessing, the other holding a crystal orb. Critics say the symbolism is clear: divine authority and worldly dominion. To the West, this was unexpected. To MBS, it was strategic. The prince was rewriting Saudi identity, not through oil or war, but through cultural conquest. Today, Salvator Mundi is rumored to be hidden on board Mrs. Private Yak, the Serene, because why hang it in a museum when you can float history on the open sea? And yet, while some questioned the spending, others saw brilliance. Art isn't just priesthood, it's perception. And in politics, perspection is everything. $450 million wasn't just a price, it was a message. The future king of Saudi Arabia doesn't follow culture, he collects it. Chapter 4: Royal Residences in Saudi Arabia. While the world stares at castles in Europe, the real power places are deep inside Saudi Arabia. Inside Riyadh, beyond heavily guarded gates and desert winds, sit three of the most powerful buildings in the Middle East: Yamama Palace, Palace. These are not homes, these are monuments of power. Yamama Palace serves as the official residence of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Think gold columns, Italian marble floors, and chandeliers so massive they dwarf most hotel lobbies. This is where decisions are made that affect entire regions. Palace is where heads of state are received. Its halls are built for diplomacy. Its walls, lined with priceless art, reflect not just culture, but control. World leaders walk in equals and leave reminded. Al-Algia Palace, more private, is a blend of ancient Arabic architecture and modern elite comfort. It's less visible, but no less strategic. It's where moments happen away from cameras, where history is negotiated in silence. These palaces aren't just grand, they're symbolic. They broadcast a clear message. This isn't just wealth. This is influence, hardwired into stone. While reform is promised on podiums, these walls remain unchanged, eternal, untouched, and immensely powerful. In a kingdom where tradition is law and palace is expected, these palaces stand as the ultimate reminder. The future may be modern, but the power is still royal. So now you've seen behind the gates. The palaces, the art, the influence. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman isn't just preparing for a throne. He's sculpting a legacy in golden granite. But the question remains, is this the vision of a modern monarch or a display of untamed power? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Is this strategy or spectacle? And if you want more billionaire stories that blur the line between wealth and world domination, hit that subscribe button. Because this is Billionaire Zone, where power has a private address.